Hey mama girl, it's your travel agent here, Jamie. And I'm coming back to you, girl, and we're gonna be talking about another bucket list edition, another adventure fulfilling, history inspiring, memory making experience, honey. So let's have conversation. Go ahead, grab your water. Grab your water. As you see, I have mine, and let's talk about our next destination. Go on. Welcome. First and foremost, thank you for tuning in to watching what I have to say. Let's go ahead and dive right in. We're talking about Williamsburg, Virginia. Have you ever been? Honey, it is a beautiful place. I remember going years ago. I need to go back to refresh my memory. But according to my research, they have come up with some more things to do, and I want to share them with you. So if you are going to Williamsburg, not only do you need to go to Williamsburg, but you need to go up to Jamestown, and then you need to go down to Yorktown and get all of the history experience, okay? This is a beautiful place that has been preserved for years, and they have no intentions of changing it, which is amazing. So all the history, all the culture can be enjoyed for years to come, okay? They have, in Williamsburg, they have about 80 buildings that are still standing from when they were originally built. And then they have also taken the time to reconstruct over 400 buildings back to their original glory, which I find pretty fascinating. If your goal is to go on vacation to experience the history of what you learn in your school books, this right here, this trip is a trip for you. Okay, so first and foremost, let's talk about Williamsburg. So Williamsburg offers you the ability to go see some museums. They offer you the ability to have some reenactments. They offer you tours, and then they have special events that they do throughout the year. Okay, so some of the reenactments include the courthouse. You can go to the courthouse and see how trials were done. And you can also go to what they call the musket range. And the musket range is where you can watch them reenact war scenes, and you'll be able to see, they'll teach you about the muskets, and you'll be able to see them shoot a couple of them. It's really cool. Okay, you can also do the tours. Like I said, the tours, you can either do self-guided tours, or you can get a tour guide and have the tour guide you around. And then you can do they have all different types of tours. You can go on ghost tours, you can go on just the regular history tours, looking at some of the houses and some of the different buildings, like the governor's mansion, I think is one of them. Yes, the governor's palace, my apologies. The governor's palace is one of them. And then you can also go to Bassett Hall. Okay, they have over 100 garden tours. So if you go during the spring and summertime, you can catch those gardens while they're blooming and blossoming and flourishing with all the bees and bugs and all the excitements of the garden, if that's something that you're into. And then they also have the museums that you can go to. The two that stood out to me, and that's just because I'm me, but they have a DeWitt Wallace Decorative Ands Museum, and that museum has a lot of the furniture, and they have the doll houses, and they have different silverware that were used and built during that time, which is really fascinating to see how it's all been preserved, and to see, honestly, because the doll houses now, I don't think they would last as long as the doll houses back then have lasted. And so to see the craftsmanship from the different people who made these doll houses hundreds of years ago, to see that now, I think it's pretty cool. And then they also have another museum that stood out to me called the Abby Aldridge Rockefeller Art Museum. And that museum is catered to local artists. So they have the different local artists come and bring in their arts, and they display it for the public to see, which I think is really cool too. So after you made your way through Williamsburg, go on up to Jamestown. Jamestown, they also offer museums, but what makes them different than Williamsburg, they offer a settlement that you can visit, and that settlement has a 3-ship fleet that you can actually tour, and they have a Powhatan Indian village, which I thought was pretty cool. And after you visit Jamestown, go ahead and make your way back down and go a little bit further to Yorktown. And Yorktown has a Continental Army encampment. So they have like little tents set up in the rows like they had them, and then they give you the history of the tents and what all the soldiers had to go through while they were in battle. And there was a movie I watched years ago, and they didn't have the medicine that we have now. So if they got sick, they had to tough it out. And if they had to have something amputated, honey, I cried. I cried for their pain. And they are long since dead, but I still feel their pain. But listen, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see. They also have an 18th century farm. You can see the different herbs and fruits and vegetables that they grew and the reasons behind why they grew what they grew when they grew it, which is pretty cool. And then they also have a schooner alliance ship. And on this ship, this company, they actually take you on tours on the water. So you're on the water and you're touring, and it's about a 2-hour tour, which is pretty cool. I want to say when I looked on the website, it was like $45, $55, which I thought was a pretty good price for a 2-hour cruise around. So if that's something that you find yourself interested in wanting to do it. Now, we talked a lot about the history of these locations, what they provide historically. Let's talk about the other stuff too. Listen, not everybody is a history buff like I am, and I get that. And Williamsburg offers a wide range of activities to keep you and your family entertained. So, if you are a thrill seeker, they have the Busch Gardens, which is Busch Gardens in Water Country, USA. It is the big theme park / water park that you can go to. They also have go-karting. They have a go-kart place. They have escape rooms, and some of the escape rooms are actually, it's like, they're a little creepy. They have like a little ghost action vibe going on with it. If you into that whole ghost thing, you do it. As far as me and my house, I cannot, but you can, and I support you as long as it's legal. They have escape rooms, like I said. They have the Great Wolf Lodge there, and if you've been to the Great Wolf Lodge, then you know that it is an amazing place for you to take the kids and just have a great time. But the one thing that I wanted to mention to you, for y'all little adventure seekers, y'all can do the Ape Adventure Park. What is the Ape Adventure Park, Jamie? I will tell you, honey. Listen, you touring the forest. You are touring the park, okay? But you're doing it in the sky. You are doing it in the sky. I'm talking zip lining, walking across the ladders with your little grappling hook to the rope, and you walk across the ladder from tree to tree. Honey, you swinging like a monkey. You are swinging like a monkey while you're touring the park. It is so cool. I know my daughter would want to do that, and because I am her mother, she cannot go by herself, and so I would have to go as well. I like zip lining. You know, we had this story. I enjoy zip lining. I've been several times, even though it was just the one. I've been several times zip lining, and I would want to do it again. But, you know, sometimes the heights make me a little nervous, which is why I don't do too many roller coasters. But this I would want to do. I want to do the Ape Adventure Park. I think it sounds pretty cool. And when I looked at it in my research, it looked pretty awesome with the zip lining and the walking across the trees. I'm for it, so I think I'm gonna do it. But not everybody's like that. In fact, there's a lot of people who are also like me that just want to relax. They want to relax and have a good old time. So they do offer relaxing activities for you to do too, okay? You can go to the Colonial Parkway Trail. It's a 23-mile trail that goes all the way from Jamestown River to York River. So you can go along that parkway and just see all the different views and scenery. Is really beautiful. You can also go to the Watermill Park. There you can go kayaking, you can go paddle boating, you can go fishing, and then they also offer land activities too where you can do golfing, and they have a little dog park there. You can also catch a show at Kimball Theater. That's a really popular theater you could go to. They also have the York River State Park. If you want to go walk around on the trails in the York River State Park, you can do that as well. They have mini golfing if you want to go to get some mini golfing in. And you can, I thought this was really cool, which is why I saved it for last. You can go pick lavender. You can go pick a bouquet of lavender from the lavender farm. It's called Sweet Haven Lavender Farm, and you can make your own bouquet. They walk you through the farm and tell you about the plants and let you smell them, and it's amazing. So if you're into stuff like that, I totally, absolutely, 100% recommend all of it. They also have a lot of places you can eat. They have a wide range of food selections, different types of levels of fanciness. All of it ranges, okay? And all of it looks good. A few that stood out to me, if you want to try them, are the Blue Tavern Bistro. They're famous for their truffle mac and cheese. They also have the Williamsburg Winery. And the winery is family friendly because you can they have a restaurant there that you can eat at, but they also offer activities for your children to do as well. So while you're getting your wine tasting on and eating your food, you can do stuff with your children as well there. They also have Precarious Beer Hall. And I know it doesn't sound like a family-friendly restaurant, but it is. It's really casual, really laid back. It's like a what restaurant can I compare it to that you would be able to know? But it's like a Buffalo Wild Wings. It's like it has the atmosphere of Buffalo Wild Wings. It's not the same food, but it's the same atmosphere, if that makes sense. And if that's the atmosphere that you like taking your children to, then by all means, take them to Precarious Beer Hall. Now, I know I've told you what you can do. I told you where you can go eat. Now you're trying to figure out where you're going to stay. Listen, I have a few selections for you. I'm not going to leave you hanging. Okay? So I have 4. There are 4 places that stood out to me that I'm going to share with you. Okay? The first one is Wetmore Place. Now, this place is centrally located. And it's, fun fact, it is actually on Williamsburg Winery's property. And it's beautiful. The rooms are beautiful, okay? And with this place, you can actually get the free parking. You'll get food, free breakfast. You get a pool, and you get bike rentals, which I think is pretty cool. And it's on a winery, so you wake up to the grapes. How beautiful is that, waking up to the grapes? It's amazing. Okay, if that doesn't tickle your fancy, listen, there's also a place called the Woodlands Hotels and Suites, and that place offers a splash pool. It offers a fun zone for daily family activities between June 16th and September 3rd, and then they have free breakfast, pool, golfing, and a spa. Ooh, fancy. Who does not love a spa? And they have a package going on, so I probably should have saved this one for last, but because we already talking about it, we're going to continue. They have a package going on right now between now and September 2nd, 2024, just in case y'all decide to watch this later on down the line. 2024, where you can actually get your activities, you can get your room, and you can get your meals for one price. So they have a bundle going on where it's activities, meal, and a room, and they give you tickets to go on a tour, a history tour, which is pretty cool. If you want more information about the bundle that is going on with Woodland Hotels and Suites, you can go on my website, prepandland.com, and look at the details. And if it's something you want to do, honey, just reach out to me and we can make it happen. But moving on. And then they also have, if you want something that's more cost friendly, they also have a Hampton Inn and Suites, which was pretty nice. The rooms look nice there too. And again, you get the free parking, free breakfast, and the pool. Now, we've talked about all these things. Now we need to talk about how you get in there. And listen, I came up with 3 options. You can either drive yourself, you can either take a plane, or you can take a train. So the plane, let's talk about it. The airport that you would want to fly into is the Newport News Williamsburg International Airport. It's about 10 minutes away from Williamsburg. So it's pretty close, okay? The train station is also pretty close. You can take the train, and the train will put you in Williamsburg. And then if you decide that you need a car, because you don't want to Uber around because they're not close, so I would recommend you get a car. Enterprise is about 7 minutes away from the train station. And because Enterprise is who they are, they will pick you up during normal business hours, okay? During normal business hours, they will come and pick you up and then send you on your way so you can explore Williamsburg, okay? So those are the 3 ways you can get there. Drive your own car, take a plane, or take a train, okay? Now, because I also want y'all to know, little housekeeping, because I want y'all to know this for your records, for your research as you're doing your own research. Williamsburg is about 10 minutes away from Jamestown, and it's about 23 minutes away from Yorktown. And then the order in which they go, so you kind of get, if you want to go from like Yorktown to Jamestown, you need to add that, and it'll be 43 minutes, okay? So there's your little triangle. It goes Jamestown, Williamsburg is in the middle, and then Yorktown is on the bottom, okay? So that's all I have for you. Listen, I hope I tickled your fancy. I hope I inspired you to add Williamsburg to your bucket list so you can get that history 101 history lesson that you would not get normally from a history book. Listen, I enjoyed talking to y'all, but I must go. I must go because I have stuff to do just like you do. We're exploring. Exploring is one of them. I thank you so much for taking the time out to listen to me, and I hope I inspired you to want to add Williamsburg to your bucket list. Now listen, I'm going to leave a link to all of the resources that I used to find the information that I was able to present to y'all today. I'm going to also leave a link to my website that you can go to for the different deals and promotions that I have going on and other wonderful news and events. I'm going to also leave a link to all of my social medias and my podcast for you to look at and listen to in your free time to get some more travel inspiration and tips and tricks and knickknacks and paddywhacks and give the dogs the bones and this old man's came running home. Listen, I love y'all. I want y'all to choose to make life an experience, and I want y'all to experience the life that you choose. I want you to live, okay? Not just exist. I want you to live, okay? Until next time, mama girl, I'll talk to you later. I'm going to talk to you later. You have a good one, okay? All right. Peace.